Welcome, folks. Welcome. Thank you. Crowd. Thank you, crowd. We're back like we never left. It's been 2 weeks, and it's been a few weeks since I had this guy, Mr. Keating. How we doing today, brother?
Well, man, how are you? Fresh off of that wedding, I want to be the first to say congrats, man. You're a married man now, so happy to be a part of that, and
Absolutely,
good luck to
absolutely.
everything going forward and all that.
Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud.
Yeah, man, of course.
Shit was freaking electric. The dance floor was out of control.
Out of control.
It was
Out of
an
control.
absolute fucking time. Absolute time. Well, we're gonna get into the thick of things. So, folks, please like, subscribe. That's how we function here, folks. Like and subscribe. We need all the subscribers we can get.
To the moon.
Um, when it come football season, when football season's over, everybody, I just want everybody to know if you want to be on the show, hit me up. Let me know. We could talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'm here for any kind of conversation. I'm here to talk about life. I'm here to talk about money. I'm here to talk about homes. I'm here to talk about anything. But today we're here to talk about football and what happened last week and some predictions going into this week. Lamar Jackson finally got over the hump. He didn't have a ton of passing yards. He didn't even break like 160, I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
Uh, he did have 100 rushing yards. He had 4 total TDs, though, which is the big number. That is the big number of his stats. Um, I do believe you were right earlier on when I had you. You did say the Ravens are him. I thought they were a joke, but honestly, it's not like, yeah, their offense is good. Their offense is good, but their defense is going
hmm
to win them the Super Bowl.
I hope so,
Hands
man.
down, bro.
Well, I hope so, man. Well, I've been riding with a guy I follow on Instagram. Shout out to Bear Down Cuz, but he's he has a subscription service where he gives out picks, and I've been riding with him. He's got a plus 1800 Ravens to win the Super Bowl, so I'm holding on to that, riding on to that, hoping for the best. I mean, Lamar looks good, man. Like the only issue they've ever had is him not being healthy. Right now, he looks healthy. He looks good. Like last week, he only had 150 passing yards, but still 2 touchdowns, 16 for 22. I mean, decent. I mean, probably just dumping off. Every time it seems like every time he gets sacked, he gives up like 10 yards. So that's kind of where I'm worried about him next week against Kansas City, that Kansas City D line. But yeah, I mean, if he can just avoid the 15-yard sacks, I think we'll be okay. Um,
See, I think the Ravens offense is going to be just fine next week. My take is their stellar defense, who I think nobody can get by, is going against the one person
mhm.
that you just can't bet against.
You can't.
I do think for some reason that Patrick is going to put up a bunch of numbers,
Sure.
but I think in the end of the day, Ravens D is going to make enough plays to win this football game.
Uh,
Um, I nobody had the Chiefs getting here. Coming
that's
coming into this
ridiculous,
playoffs,
bro.
nobody had the Chiefs
It's
getting here.
crazy.
Nobody had the Chiefs getting by last week, and they just looked unstoppable. They came in against Miami. They completely controlled the entire football game. Even though it was negative 30 degrees out, they still played uh, lights out, had complete control of the football game against Buffalo. It was back and forth a lot. And Buffalo got really lucky when the Chiefs were about to go up 2 scores and fumbled the ball through the freaking end zone. So Buffalo got really freaking lucky there. Kansas City was in complete and utter control.
Right.
And then lo and behold, Bass becomes a bass hole and
Yep.
just fucking shifts the fucking ball.
There were a couple. There were a couple of plays in that game where I really wish Josh Allen's teammates had come through for him. One in particular, a deep ball to Stephon Diggs that he just dropped it through his hands. I mean, for the amount of money he's getting paid, they pay him to make that catch.
Yes.
That's the catch that they pay him the millions of dollars to make in the playoffs. Crucial point in the game.
Against the Chiefs.
That's
Teams build their roster to beat the
right.
Chiefs.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. I mean, and for a good reason. I mean, Mahomes. I saw that has been to the AFC Championship every single season. He's been a starter since 2018, 5 years in a row. I mean, that's fucking crazy. Like that's
Is this 6 or 5?
it.
I
Could be
think this is
six. It
6.
could be six.
I'm pretty sure this is 6.
And I think that game in Buffalo was like his first uh first away playoff game that like wasn't the Super Bowl or something. Like it's just something absurd. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
on
it
they're
was
on a crazy run. They're
away
on a
playoff game. So
they're
this
on
is
a
going to be his
historic
second one.
run. Yeah, I mean they're on a historic run right now, and Baltimore with the Baltimore being 4-point favorites, and I don't know, man. I mean this is kind of the thing where teams get hot at the right time, like
Vegas.
Kansas City. This isn't the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
Kansas
that
City
is
team that we've
true.
seen at the end of the season. Like this is seems like every week their offense is getting better, and like it's not like the weather in Baltimore is going to be an issue for them because they deal with the same, if not worse, conditions. So I
No,
mean,
bro, they
I could
control.
I like if I was a gambling man, which I happen to be myself, I like the Chiefs money line in this game. As much as I hate to say it, as much as my gut tells me this is Baltimore's year, and against all logic, that is the exact reason why I'm taking Chiefs money line plus 145 this Sunday.
Yeah, you know what? My winning odds, I haven't bet at all this playoffs, but if I did, I would be down a lot of money.
Bet
I,
in your head.
I
Yeah.
have gotten so many games wrong this playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's absurd. It's actually absurd. So don't listen to me. Baltimore minus the 4.
Yeah.
Take it, leave
I
it,
just
get the fuck out of here.
I just think 4 is so many points for a Mahomes, Andy Reid team. It's just
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah.
man.
I feel
They're
like
4-point
maximum
dogs.
is
Like,
3,
how is
you
that?
know? Yo, you know what though? The thing is Baltimore, they haven't just been winning heat, they've
Yeah,
been blowing everybody out.
yeah, I know.
That's the thing. It's like they're not
Yeah,
just winning, they're annihilating. They're
but
beating living shit out of everybody they play.
yeah, and I that few
It's
and
like,
part of the reason I'm on Chiefs money line is kind of hedging that futures bet a bit. So it's kind of like a win-win situation. But if actually, all betting aside, I actually think the Chiefs are going to win just because. I don't know. Just
Holmes.
Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl makes a lot of sense. And I
Yeah,
don't
Bars kept telling me
know.
like the stage is set, the script
Yeah,
is written.
it's
The
written.
NFL wants Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey kissing under the lights with that Super Bowl trophy in his hand.
Yeah.
It's written. It's there.
It makes sense. Like the just the way that I want to see Kansas City lose. I want to see them lose by 50 points. That would be my ideal scenario. Is the Ravens cover with ease would be, I think they think all of America is rooting for Baltimore this Sunday. Um,
Um,
besides Kansas City, of course.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like there's some Baltimore haters. There's some people out there who talk too much shit about Baltimore, and they've gotten to this point,
Yeah.
so they don't want them to win. Um, I don't know, man. I'd like to see Mahomes win another one, just because this man, after he wins another one, he's really chasing Brady, and like, I fucking hate Tom Brady. So that's why,
Yeah,
like,
Patriots
that's why
advantage.
I'm in support of Mahomes raking up all these Super Bowls. I mean,
Mhm.
especially since the Dolphins are out now, like, whatever happens, happens. I don't give a shit. I enjoy watching football. The Kansas City Chiefs, I am tired of seeing them in the AFC Championship, but if they're this far and the Dolphins aren't there, go ahead and get another one, Patrick. Why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Go
he's
ahead,
this
bud.
close. You're rarely this close. You never know what's gonna happen, or if you're ever. It's a crazy league. You'll never really know if you'll be in this position again. Like it sounds crazy, but you really never know. So I
Except for
mean,
Pat
obviously he's a
Mahomes.
baller. He's a baller, yeah, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, of course. But
Yeah, you know you'll
I
be
just
back here at least.
it'll be a heck of a matchup. I wish it was the night game though. I think it kind of deserves to be the night game. Obviously, with the West Coast and everything, the Niners game makes sense, but I think that this is the better game. Um, but I don't know. How do you feel about Motor City Dan? What's your take on the Detroit Lions this season?
Um, 1 second before we get into the Lions.
Okay.
Hot take.
Okay.
Oh, so you see AJ Brown left. I mean, not left, but he's pretty much done with Philadelphia.
He's out of Philly. I didn't know that. No.
Did you see he removed everything from his Instagram, Philadelphia? Dude, he's done,
yeah.
bro. He was beefing and he
Yeah.
removed everything. Like he's done. Hot take:
Wow.
AJ Brown to the Chiefs.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Chiefs or Chargers? He's going.
Yeah, I think another one of those hot receiver free agents next season would be Mike Evans. So Mike Evans is free agent next year. Excited to see where he ends up.
Bucks
Dude,
with Baker, they are going to have to retain Mike Evans.
yeah, I think they agreed earlier. It's interesting how it worked out. Like, no, they didn't expect to even make the playoffs earlier in the season. They had a mutual agreement to part ways at the end of the season. But now, with the way that things worked out, they could, go back on it. You never know. It could
Correct,
be
correct.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I remember hearing that. That is a
Yeah,
huge free agent. And then you have
I think
Marvin
he just
Harrison Jr. coming into the draft this year. Unbelievable.
insane. This draft's going to be huge. Huge. It's going to be huge. Huge draft. Big draft. But no, dude, it's Patriots with the three overall pick. I'm hoping we don't get Drake May. That's the one quarterback I hope we don't draft. Um, I just see the North
That's
Carolina
the
quarterbacks.
overall. Who's number two?
I believe it's Washington. It's Chicago, Washington, New England
Oh
at the top
man,
three. So I
you think
think
you think Marvin
I would.
Harrison's going to Washington?
I don't know. I would like to. I would think so because unless there's like some offensive lineman that's like random that's like super good or whatever, but I haven't really looked in depth that much. But I think obviously Caleb Williams is going number one to Chicago, and then probably Marvin Harrison, or maybe I think they might go with the quarterback as well. I think they might go. My fear is they go Jaden Daniels out of LSU. I want to draft Jaden Daniels out of LSU. I think Heisman Trophy winner. I think he's elite ball. I think he's an elite, runner of the ball. Kind of a futuristic player. So I like Daniels. My fear is that we get Drake May, but overall, as long as we don't,
Yeah, I
I
don't
honestly
like
would.
Drake May, bro.
I don't either. I don't either. I wouldn't mind to get. I wouldn't mind Penix either. I kind of like the lefty.
Any
I wouldn't mind Penix. He's a
dude,
baller.
yo. So I see some mock drafts with the Dolphins taking Penix. I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Um, with that being said, though, I think there's no doubt in my mind that we end up taking an outside linebacker via the fact that Chubb probably isn't going to start next season, and big question marks as to whether Jalen Phillips is even going to start next season.
It sucks. I like that, man. I watched the obviously went to the game and I watched the in-season Hard Knocks with the Dolphins. I became kind of like a low-key Dolphins fan, which I hate to admit, but I they grew on me a bit this year. I must say, they really did. I like McDaniel. Something about him. He's got a little edge to him. He's a likable dude.
McGeekle, Bud McGeeky. Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So heading back into Motor City
mhm.
over here, uh,
Sure.
they don't stand a fucking chance.
Okay.
And the one, they're in San Fran. San
Yep.
Fran's not going to lose in San Fran. Two, Brock Purdy is fucking him. The kid's a stud. He's Mr. Irrelevant. He fucks and he has the best offense set up in the NFL besides maybe one or two other organizations. And I still think the Niners are number one set up for any quarterback to hop into. I mean, you have George Kittle, who's just a dog on and off the field. You have Debo Samuel, who likes to beef with other NFL players,
He
makes him
playing?
a starter.
Is he
What?
playing? Is Debo
Yes.
playing? He
Yes.
is? Okay. Because I
Debo
saw it was
ruled in.
50-50 or whatever. That's good
Yeah.
because they're a completely different team with him. He moves the line. He really does.
No,
They're a completely
correct.
different team.
Correct. He's
Thing.
such a dynamic football player.
Elite, man. He can play anywhere. Run the ball, pass it to him. He can throw it. I mean, dude, literally anything. He can
Uh,
probably kick a field goal if you need him to. If it came down to it.
right? Debo does things anybody
They might trade him for Tyler Bass. You never know.
literally off bass. He's a bass hole, you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Um, but yeah, Debo Samuel, you got Ayuk on the deep ball guy averaged most yards per catch this year. Ayuk really took a big jump in my eyes. You know, he's always been a good player ever
yeah.
since he got drafted. His rookie year, he had a ton of weeks over 20 fantasy points.
Right.
He was an absolute dog. And so, like, ever since he's been in the league, but this year, it's just been a noticeable jump in his game. He's a great player. And then you have the absolute motor of the entire football field, the motor of the NFL, the most dynamic player in the league, Christian McCaffrey in the
Yes.
backfield. Guy's an absolute dog. His chick is an absolute smoke show. And he
Dude.
has had a season with over 1,000 receiving yards and over a
Mhm.
thousand rushing yards in our lifetime. That is
Yeah,
unreal.
yeah, he's him. Um, he's definitely him. I know that on top of everything you just said about the Niners, I think Detroit last week, their offensive line was pretty concerning to me. I know Ragnow, their starting center, who's a dog. I think he played last week on like a torn like an ankle or a sprained ankle, and he had like something wrong with his knee as well last week. So he's banged up. I don't see uh the difference between Tampa Bay and San Francisco's defensive line is tremendous. Goff had all day to throw against Tampa. That's not going to happen against. I think Chase Young and
Chase Young,
Bosa are.
bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Stop.
bro, I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be more difficult for them to get the run game going, which is going to be more difficult to open up the pass. And I just think it might be a long day for Detroit on Sunday. It sucks to say, but I feel like the public is all over San Fran too for some reason. Like you would think that with the value you're getting with 7 points, people would be more inclined to ride with Motor City Dan and the Lions. But I I mean their offense is good too though. Like they have pieces. St. Brown and Laporta Gibbs is really good as well. I mean you could sing the same praises about that Detroit offense. It's tough though because 7 points is a lot, but I feel like Vegas knows, man. They just know. I feel like
Seven
it'll
points
be
is a
very
lot.
interesting. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this Saturday Sunday.
Vegas wants society on Detroit. They want them on Detroit.
Correct.
Are they going to go on Detroit? I hope not, because the Niners -7
Yeah.
is the lock of the weekend.
Lock of the week, book it. You heard it here first. Big chats. Niners
Plain and
-7.
simple.
I like Chiefs Niners in the Super Bowl. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking Baltimore in the Super Bowl and Baltimore to win. You know what's crazy? That have you seen that graphic where it like lines up the colors of the Super Bowl sign and then the
Yes.
two
Yeah,
teams?
yeah, yo, you know, I saw that graphic week 3. Somebody showed that week 3, and I was like, Ravens are trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Niners, I at that point in
Hell,
time, I thought we were gonna go undefeated.
right.
Like,
Yeah, no,
they
they
goddamn machine, bro.
they've been
But
all year. All year.
but honestly, bro, I do think if it's Ravens Niners, I don't think the Niners make enough adjustments to beat the Ravens, dude.
Wow.
I
Wow.
I don't, bro.
Wow.
The Ravens smoked them. They
Yeah.
smoked them, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, clearly, there's not just a few adjustments that need to be made to fix the way that things went. There
Right.
need to be a lot of adjustments done. Like, they just got absolutely wrecked against Baltimore. Baltimore has destroyed everybody that they have played pretty much in the last like 5 football games.
It's nuts. That's
They're
why.
absolutely rolling. Their defense creates great offense right now. Their
Bro.
offense is good. Lamar's tough to fucking sack.
Mhm.
It's uh it's all rolling right now. It's all rolling.
And that's what's kind of the most concerning to me is the fact that they've been so good. They're bound to slip up, and the Chiefs are on the rise right now. I feel like just with the timing of it, it sucks to say it, man. I hate to say it, because it's such, so too good to be true. I'd love to see Lamar Jackson win the Super Bowl. Obviously, one of the everybody's favorite player, growing up, especially if you play Madden, which Lamar Jackson is like, he's like our generation's Mike Vick, even more, even beyond Mike Vick. So it's like, he's just a
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of a kind player, and I like to see him get some more the respect that he deserves. And winning a Super Bowl will definitely put him up there.
Yeah, he is an absolute dog. His high school is actually on the other side of my neighborhood. Um, he was an animal in Louisville. Everybody loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the people from Louisville. I know you want me to say Louisville, but
Yeah,
it's
it's Louisville. It's
it's
Louisville down
Louisville
here. It's
down
Louisville
here
down
in
here.
South Florida,
Yeah,
baby.
it's Louisville down here. All right.
Let's go. Sugar Sean would support. He'd support, baby. Um, yeah, no, I mean, dude, Lamar Jackson, he's been my favorite player to watch for a long time. His injuries really dug into me though, so like I wasn't as excited to watch him coming into this season then of course look at what he's done. I mean, realistically though, as a whole, look at what this whole Ravens team has done. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're unbelievable. I heard Mark Andrews might be back this week. I'm like, why? Trade him. You don't need him.
Yeah, Likely's been
He's a
balling.
paycheck that don't need to be there.
Yeah, Likely's been balling.
Likely is
Um,
him.
yeah, he is him. It's crazy to see. Yeah, so it's like 50 degrees and cloudy in Baltimore for Sunday. So it'll just be,
Oh, that's
but
not bad,
it'll be
bro.
a
That's
relief
pretty.
for the 50
That's
degrees. That's
good
what I'm saying for
weather.
the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs played in negative, like 20 degrees last week. So I mean, this is a relief for them too. So that's another reason why it's like I think they'll be coming in. I think a lot of points are going to be scored. I like the over in this game as well. It's at 44.5 points for the game total. I think it's going to be kind of a shootout. I know both of these defenses have been balling, but I think that it'll just be like a showcase between these two quarterbacks, kind of just a
I
big
hope
stage
so.
game.
I mean, that's the way that I hope every football game is.
Yeah,
I like
I
good
like
offense,
a
not good defense.
Yeah, like a 31-28 or something like that would be nice. I would love to see that.
31-28. How about
Yeah.
fucking 43-40, bud? Two
Yeah.
40 burgers on the board. We have an absolute instant
Uh,
classic.
yeah, no,
Classic.
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that minimal defense for that game either. I think that would actually be
It
that'd
would
be
be awesome.
special, man. That would be
You,
special.
you know what I'm not looking forward to?
What's that?
Usher in the halftime show.
No? Not a Usher guy? Yeah,
I
I
mean,
saw t
I was when I was like 5. Like, what the fuck is Usher doing on the biggest stage in the world?
Yeah, I think there's
Tell
some
me.
others I think there's some other people that are performing with him, right? It can't just be him.
Are you sure?
I think there has to be a couple others.
I don't know, bro. It was just Rihanna last year.
Well, that's Rihanna though, you know what I'm saying?
And then
I
who was
don't
the
think
year
I don't think
before
Usher's
Rihanna?
got it. I don't think Usher's got it like that. I could be wrong.
No, I think he's Dolo, bro.
It says Usher. It says the 2024 Super Bowl in Vegas will feature performances from Usher, Reba McEntire, and others.
Oh,
Reba.
and others.
Reba's gonna be
Reba.
up there. Dude,
Reba.
Reba. What the? What is
Oh
Reba
my
doing up? Dude,
god.
Usher's that Reba. That's
Wow, we got
interesting,
some
man.
country coming in,
Yeah.
everybody.
I think Taylor
My
Swift would
goodness.
be she would perform, but she'll be in the stands.
Dude, you know who I'd love to see, bro?
Ugh.
I think coming off, in my opinion, the biggest year that anybody had in 2023 besides Taylor, Morgan Wallen.
Well,
I think that would be an
what a
elite
turnaround he
Super
had,
Bowl
no?
performance. Unbelievable. Guy easily had the biggest year of anybody this past year.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude.
I mean, bro, he could go and sell out freaking stadiums, dude. He
Oh,
can
yeah. Oh, he's huge, man. He's huge.
easily.
He sells out. He was in some hot water a couple years ago. He
Yeah, I know,
talk
I know,
about
I
talk
know.
about a bounce back. I mean,
I know, dude. I know.
this
I didn't
guy
even
is a
know.
bounce.
I didn't even know that he was in that hot water. Somebody told me, and I was like, "Shit."
Yeah. I mean, it's in the past, you know. And you separate the art from the artist. You have to in
Yo,
certain
so
situations.
1 year, Morgan Wallen actually, when you might have been working at Flounders with me at the time, when we were working at Flounders in Pensacola Beach,
Mhm.
there was you know how Flounders hosts concerts in the summer.
Yeah.
They had some headliner dude come in. Morgan Wallen was an opening act for him
At
at
Pensac
Flounders.
at Flounders?
At Flounders, yeah. Yeah, it was like 18, 2018. Yeah.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
unreal, bro?
Yeah, he blew up, man. Good
Yeah,
for him.
dude. The Voice did him wonders. The Voice game show. If you have a voice, get on The Voice. Oh my goodness. We have the 2-minute warning. Dos minutos. All right, Keeters, in the final 2 minutes, each one of us takes a minute. You speak on whatever the hell you want to speak on. I
Huh.
will speak on what I want to speak on. Take it away, kid.
Well, I just wanna congratulate you for that big wedding and everything coming up. You know, you've been balling out with the pod and everything. I'm excited to see everything where this goes, but, if you're out there and you're thinking about taking something and you're gambling and you're looking at it and you feel really good about it, just take the opposite and it'll do you wonders. I promise.
Chances are you'll
Fade
win.
yourself. That's my message of the day, folks.
That
Fade
is
yourself.
fucking gold. Jack Keating, fade yourself. Wow, that is awesome. All right, folks. Yes, got married this week. Electric time. To anybody who does get married, it's a stressful time. So my one suggestion is to just let it all go. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and it's out of your control at that point. Just let it go. Live your best life. Terry Rozier right now is 6 for 21 as a Miami Heat. He is playing like dog shit. The Miami Heat are playing like dog shit.
Ugh.
Granted, we had no chance last night against the Celtics, shooting almost 60% from three, almost 60% from the field. They might have even shot 60% from the field. I don't know. They were on fire. They put up 143 in regulation. That is disgusting. Terry, step it up. Jaime Jaquez, get healthy, get well, get back on the court, baby. Let's go. We got our big five. We got Scary. We got Hero. We got Jaime. We got Himmy. And we got Bam. We're over and out, folks.